Maverick 100.9, Aggie Land's country alternative. It's Corliss, and this guy is not new to Texas country whatsoever, but he is new to Maverick, Mr. AJ Vallejo. And you are a very, I don't even know how to explain you, AJ.
I'm just a little bit of everything,
He's a
I'm all
producer,
over the place.
a director, and of course, a phenomenal musician, which is what we are mostly here to talk about is your new band, Brodie Lane. So first off, where do you get the name?
Well, that's a good question. I've been living here in Austin for almost 30 years now. And we live off this road down in South Austin. The street is called Brodie Lane. And during the pandemic, the band Brodie Lane is kind of a result of the pandemic because they were shutting everything down. Clubs were closed down. So the guys that are in my band were just other musicians. Bruce lives down the road. We all live off of Brodie Lane. So we couldn't go anywhere. So they would just walk over here and I have a rehearsal complex in my house. And we just started coming over and drinking and jamming. We didn't really have a name. We didn't even have it wouldn't even be, we were trying to be a band. We were just jamming. And then next thing you know, a year passes by, we have an album's worth of stuff. And we were trying to come up with a name for the band. And we were like, then I was kind of at the red light and I saw Brodie Lane on the street that signed there. And I was like, it's just there. It was like, your name is Brodie Lane. So we're Brodie Lane.
I love that.
Yeah. It's a street in South Austin. So that we all live on. So it's, it's home. It's been my home. Brodie Lane has been my home for 30 years. So I just figure the music is kind of a symbol of home. We're all coming home. So I love the name too. It means a lot. It has a lot of meaning to me. So
yeah, that's got a lot of heart. And so does the new single that we're going to be releasing here called Stuck With You. That really stabbed me in the heart. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, it's definitely about my girl Casey and just the pandemic it kind of brings a lot of things to light. If it kind of magnifies everything that, if you're in a bad relationship, it's probably got really bad and a lot of divorces happening lately because of the pandemic. But if you're stuck with somebody that's cool and is, holding it down, it made me realize the kids had to stay at home from school, had to stay, from school and all that and doing homeschooling. And, she's juggling 100 things. And I'm, as the man, the provider, I'm busy working. I'm not really present a lot with, helping raising our kids and stuff as I'd like to be. So she kind of holds it down and, is in charge of the home and the house. And one day I was just kind of in the kitchen watching her juggle 10 things and it almost exhausted me. Then I was just like, you're badass. It's I was kind of just like, I was impressed. So just kind of was like, man, I'm happy I'm stuck with this gal. So I just went in the studio here. It's my studio here on this side of the house, in the west wing of the house. And I just came in here. It was really easy to write it. I wrote the song in about 15 minutes. So it's a dedication to her and all the moms, all the mothers out there that have been holding it down. Cause it's a lot of work. It's more work than they get credit for. Most men could not do it. Let's just put it that way. They just couldn't. She leaves me with the kids for one day. I'm freaking. I'm exhausted. I'm like, oh my God, please come back.
We all have
it's to her.
Our back and forth in relationships. Like me, I don't have children, but I have a boyfriend that I'm stuck with. And and he's amazing. He's an amazing provider. He supports a woman that works in entertainment, which we all know is not an easy thing to do once you get into it. And he, so he has his parts, but he doesn't pay the bills and he doesn't keep track of all the finances and the food that is brought into our home or the schedule that we keep. That's all on me. And he has never failed to thank me for that. So it's a back and forth. You have to thank your loved ones. Yeah.
You got to. Yeah, we got to. So yeah, that's what I think. I was just hoping, I was hoping that we would. It's very time sensitive now, but and I was just hoping that my hope is that it would connect with people when they hear the song. If you listen to the lyrics, it's straight up. There's no rhyme or riddle to it. It's just straight up. It's a love song a quarantine love song is what it is to somebody's taking care of business.
Well, let's take a listen to it. It's the quarantine love song "Stuck With You" by Brodie Lane on Maverick 100.9.
Crazy how 1 year makes a difference. Never knew it would come to this. Right in an instant, stay home and distance. Scared of the moments we may miss. The things they happen for a reason, even if we don't understand. Days and weeks, they turn to seasons. Maybe it's all part of God's plan. But something I noticed during this time that I can't help but recognize. How did I get someone so cool? Lucky that I got stuck with you. Baby, you get me, you never sweat me. Know that we're trying to make it through. Mama, you're such an inspiration. You should be running this whole nation. Baby, I know this much is true. Thanking God every day that I'm stuck with you. I know that I make dumb jokes about it, like what you got going on today. Where's my breakfast? All my boots shine. You roll your eyes and walk away. But I wake up every morning thanking God that we're okay. Our children come running down the hallway, wide awake for a new day. My friends ask if I'm doing alright. I tell them these words every time. How did I get someone so cool? Lucky that I got stuck with you. Baby, you get me, you never sweat me. Know that we're trying to make it through. Mama, you're such an inspiration. You should be running this whole nation. Baby, I know this much is true. Thanking God every day that I'm stuck with you. The house we live in's nothing grand, but this house of love is our homeland. Mama, you never ask for nothing. Give every minute that you can. I wanna say thank you for your patience. You make this crazy world alright. How did I get someone so cool? Lucky that I got stuck with you. Baby, you get me, you never sweat me. Know that we're trying to make it through. Mama, you're such an inspiration. You should be running this whole nation. Baby, I know this much is true. Thanking God every day that I'm stuck with you. Stuck with you.
You heard it here first on Maverick 100.9. That was Brodie Lane, Stuck With You. And of course, I have the incredible AJ Vallejo debuting that to us. And it's so good to talk to you because I met you at the Texas Regional Radio Awards 2 years ago before Maverick was even ever thought of. And you were with a duo, which you still are, Love and Chaos with Kendall Baird.
That's right. And we're still rocking and rolling. We're going to be presenting at the 2021 awards on the 22nd. We'll be presenting Best New Duo and Group. So, and she would be doing some hosting as well. So, we're still together very much. Kind of a lot of that, the Brodie Lane comes from, because Love and Chaos being, we had to take a break and with the pandemic and all that. And she has her family and I have mine. And, I think if she would have lived on Brodie Lane, she'd probably be in Brodie Lane, but she doesn't. She lives in Westlake. So, so that's kind of what we're still, she'll be here in a little bit. We're going to work on some new songs. Right now, what we're doing is we're just doing a lot of writing, trying to finish a record. So that's what works right now for us. And, I love, having if you would have told me that I was going to be in a band duo with the chick from American Idol 10 years ago, I would have been like, no way.
Well, because you were a rock star. Weren't you in a rock band?
Yeah, I was in my band with my brothers, Vallejo. We did the whole Sony thing. And, I would jump in the mosh pits and the crowd and surf and, do all in the bus and all that craziness. So, then, that all happened and it was great. And right after that whole thing, 9/11 happened, all this craziness. And then I had a heart attack. I know this sounds not trying to be dramatic, but I had a heart attack. I guess the whole rock star lifestyle caught up with me. I'm the poster child for, it caught up with me, and I had a heart attack, and I just kind of had to, I just feel like I'm living a second life. And then I met Casey, and we had kids, and I wouldn't say I've slowed down, because that's not in my wheelhouse.
That's
but like,
not true.
I just stopped. Yeah. I just stopped dating like crazy strippers and, stuff like that. And, slow down on, the drugs and all that, now just kind of now it used to be all that party stuff. And now it's, Tylenol and, and energy drinks.
Oh my gosh. It's like we've lived the same life.
Yes.
Yeah. And
so
I get that.
I'm living a second life, and I'm grateful. I get, and just now that it's cool, because now that I'm not in a haze, I can actually, I don't remember a lot of that world, and it's a shame, because it was a cool world. We got opened up for Aerosmith and Stone Temple Pilots and all these huge bands, and I don't remember any of it, but now I'm just trying to, like, now I got a second chance in life, and I'm gonna try to, it's nice to be able to be awake and focused on all of it, and I'm grateful. I can't be happier in light even of a pandemic. That I think that humbled us all and made you realize what we have, and that's why I have this song Stuck With You, and I have these wonderful kids. They're crazy, but I love them to death, and life's good.
I love to hear that. I mean, that's so inspiring in so many different ways that a lot of people can relate to. But and I feel like you were someone that I need to check in with you like once a month. We need to do like an AJ Vallejo check-in, because like you talked about, like you have several just country bands that doesn't even cover. Do you still do Prince tributes?
No. And not saying never say never, but you have to, here's the thing about the Prince thing. It's not just the Prince thing. You have to wear 4-inch heels for 2 hours.
It's a little dangerous.
And I sympathize with you ladies, because y'all look so beautiful to dress up. And my knees, I would have to ice my knees down, because they would hurt so bad. And I just don't think I can rock around. I can't dance around in heels anymore. I just can't. So that is the catalyst for why I'm not Prince anymore.
I'm dying. Well, and then on top of that, you are producing albums, producing music videos, award-winning Bri Bagwell music videos. Like, you are so I think I need to just like schedule a monthly visit with AJ, and you can just tell me all the things.
Definitely, I will. We're actually shooting Bri's next single. We're going to shoot her video. It's called Heroes, and it's a great, beautiful song. And it's funny because her and I actually, it's funny. About 3 years ago, we lived together. I know it sounds crazy, but for some reason, she was like trying to get rid of this guy, and like I'm trying not to air her personal stuff, but she was trying to get rid of this guy out of her apartment, and she was like. So we came up with this scheme where I would move in with her, so he would get out, even if I have my house. And and I lived, we lived together. I technically lived. I had my own room and everything for a year, but mostly it was just a place where I could, if I needed to decompress, I could go there. But it was kind of a cool setup, because her mom or her friends from out of town could come and stay in that room. But so after that, we started working together, and she's like, oh, my director for my video flaked on me. I was like, wow, I'll do your video. So after that, I just started I've done her last 5 videos, and this will be number 6, and we've won 3 awards. 3 of those we won awards on. So we're just friends having fun and winning awards. Yeah, it's nuts. She's one of my best friends. I love her to death. And she just now texted me, so I'm not going to read it yet, but everybody has their own little text tone, whatever. Yeah. Hers is the little train that goes woo woo. Yeah. So it just went woo woo. So that means it's free. Yeah.
Oh, that's so great. And what a good catch up. This is AJ Vallejo, Brodie Lane. Look them up. That's a new band with an artist that we've already fallen in love with, Stuck With You, and of course, new music coming from them on the way, or just follow AJ Vallejo in general and get all sorts of entertainment. Well, AJ, thank you for releasing